Alright, we're doing this again, making a Homestuck fan character. This time I want to do a troll, because I think that fan trolls can be really interesting if you don't stick to the usual kind of shit you see. But first, I wanted to show you how to make this square brush that I use, because somebody was asking about it. So, first thing you do, you make a 1x1 black pixel, then you save it as, I don't know, pixel.png. Yep, save it. Transparent PNG doesn't matter. Make a brush down here, add brush, bitmap, then take this pixel image, make that a bitmap, brush spacing all the way down, rotate along, yes, rotate angle, no, and width, nothing, width up here, and then it looks fine if you just turn off the aliasing, and that's how you get that nice crunchy ass square brush. I like to do it at 16, just mess around with it until you find something you like. Also, this is a trick my good friend Coop taught me. If you do the 3D perspective snap, you get really just jaggy lines, so it's good for if you want it to be a little crunchier, which I don't need for this. I want nice smooth lines. So, let's begin. First thing we're going to do is start with the head as always, and then the hair as always. I'm having trouble with this right now. So I'm thinking is, what am I thinking? I've done a cerulean recently, I've done a gold blood recently, how about a purple blood? Is one I haven't done in a while. Yeah. So, usually, actually with trolls, I start with the eyes. I'm not sure why, I guess it's just because they bug out more. They're a little more important to define so that you don't have the hair covering them, which is something I also see a lot in fan trolls that I personally just don't like. Unless, of course, it's that obvious intentional bang covering one eye or the invisible eyes with the bangs down here. I'm not doing that for this, but that is a totally valid hairstyle for trolls. So let's just go with, yeah, no, nothing up there like that, just normal troll eyes. Some eyebrows, which we might get rid of later. And then, I haven't done, I did a widow's peak for the last, did I, actually? Ah, fuck, I don't remember. Let's do some normal hair for this guy. I think that's a good tried and true, actually, why not do the, this is something that I like to play with sometimes, why not do the Scott McCloud bang? Which I think works really well. His whole character is just a pretty much perfect fan kid in understanding comics. So, let's just do that. Yeah, that looks good. Sideburn again, because that's easy, and I think this troll would just look good with it. It kind of helps how sharp it is. No, I did a bang on the last one, so let's try something maybe a little more swept back. Did I say bang? I meant part. Something swept back, let's get an angle in there. I really like to have those just perfect angles in my sprites. Super organic hair just doesn't look too great to me, personally. So yeah, just something a little crazy. We can always go back and fix it. The nice thing about troll hair is that you can carve it really easily, which is why I think a lot of the Homestuck trolls have such wild, wacky hair. You can just really easily go back and play with it. So because for this video I'm not rushing as much, I don't mind spending a little longer on each individual aspect. So this might be a longer video, sorry about that. Does that look any good? No, not really. Alright, that's getting somewhere. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. something like that. Maybe we could do a mullet, but I don't think this troll really would benefit from that. Yeah, no. Classic sideburn it is. So, yeah, what's next? The mouth. I think we could do... Yeah, let's do some underbite teeth here. This face is looking really unbalanced, actually, now that I think about it. So let's try something more like that. Hell yeah. For colors, which I don't need to worry about right now, and horns, which I'm also going to do last, I just have this old drawing here. For the old concept, not explaining it right now. Body, I think we could just do the usual. Right now, actually, I might do it in a separate layer, because that's been helping me out. Does that look good? A little. Maybe push this out some. I do that a lot. Just accidentally tab into a different drawing. Not sure how I didn't end up doing that in the last video, but here we are. And it's just hit me that I forgot to grab a color for the gray outlines, which are so necessary to make troll clothes look good. Don't do them gray. Like, the main shirt, it's black with gray outlines. That's essential. So yeah, this guy's looking a little too normal right now. I'm realizing that I don't have a big idea for him, so let's see here. Maybe a frat jacket? Yeah, you can do a frat, bro. Actually, yeah. I like doing this kind of popped collar look. I haven't done it on a troll before, but I did do it for this one sprite that I'm happy with. So I know it works at least. Although that is pushed forward to that side too much, so unless we... no. There we go. Do have to remember to make space for the symbol, so let's just pull this down a bit. There we go. And there we go. Just touch that up a little off camera, because that's not very interesting, and I want to show you the actual neat parts of my thought process. So I've just given him a belt. I'm gonna give this guy shorts, because I think that looks good. Those lines there are just for helping me bring it all the way down, which didn't even end up working. There we go. Alright, sweet. So these pants I am going to do lighter. Started going just in a Carcat fashion here. There we go, normal shorts. I will do a line down the bottom though. Something I've seen a couple friends do, and I think it looks good. Looks too straight though. There we go. Just that slight bit of variation helps it feel not too perfect. That little touch of imperfection is what I think makes really good sprites. You want to have near perfect line width management, but the actual lines themselves can be just a touch messy, I think. So now that we've got all that figured out, let's color the body. So normally I think that's a good gray, maybe tone it down a little. Whoops. Yeah, so Protect Alpha is normally how I do it. You just go in here. Actually, I can color the whole thing since it's gonna be like this anyways. Like that. A little like that, rather. Ugh. There we go. That's too bright, actually, now that I'm looking at it. So let's change that. And go in here. Can touch that up. Just like that. Doesn't have to be pretty. You're not going to actually see it. I just like to have it for me. And also, if I do make this into a sprite, it's useful to have that there for if I want to do the back, or if I want to move the head around. It's good to have just a fully established body. These layers aren't important when designing a fan kit, but I have a method of just downscaling the actual drawing, and because I draw in basically the same proportions, it works fine. Just a little tip, if you don't feel like doing the annoying pixel surgery and shit on sprites, just draw them big, and then scale them down, threshold it a bit if you need to. I find that works well. And then lighter pants, again, we're going Carcat for this. Does that look good? That does look good. This, though, I think we can make darker still. We just want it to be a tad lighter. So, there we go. We've got our frat bro troll here. Let's do horns first. Horns are more fun. I always start them in red. I don't need to line them because they won't be lined, except for like maybe a couple drawings, but I can do those then. So let's just do some simple horns here. We're making a purple blood, so I like to try and make the horns a little wavier, because that's just a, you know, Gambi's horns are wavy, ram horns are wavy, Capricorn, etc. So, just something like, ooh, actually, yeah, something like that I think works. If I can actually make it work. Yeah, sure. Just play with that a little bit. And then normally I just copy that onto the right horn. There we go. Boom, boom. Flip it. Make necessary edits. That also adds just a fun little bit of variance into the design of the hair. It helps the silhouette a bit. It makes the hair less clear, but I think it makes the silhouette more interesting in the long run. Push that up a touch so that those are at a good distance. And then I just gank from this. There. Right there. Actually, no. For horns that have like one particular change, I think it's best to have the whole thing be colored before that. So let's just push this up a touch. Done. These can go like that, just to sell that 3D-ness. I might be talking too quiet, sorry about that. There we go. That's not equal. Fuck. Be right back. Alright, horns done. I went in and colored the face as well, just to save that trouble. And then the eyes, simple enough. I don't give trolls yellow teeth because they're not like that in the comic, and that looks stupid. I think this guy looks pretty simple. So, for the symbol now, because I want to do the feet last, because I hate drawing them. For the symbol, let's go... That is a good color. I want to make it a touch more lavendery. Just play around with that a little, at least. So... Actually, let me just pull up the Capricorn sign for reference. Alright, it's got a big bump and then a loop at some point. So, let's maybe start with that loop. I'm just gonna draw until something hits me. Let's try it over here. Nope, that's just the Capricorn sign. That looks a little too Virgo-y, but I kind of like it. I like this half curve type deal. That looks good. Hold on, let me compact that a little bit so it fits into a symbol. Then, boom, shit. And I can just move that onto the shirt. Except it's too big, and also too bright. Make that smaller. scale it down. This is kind of a polo shirt, so it would look good as a lapel patch, as a lot of polo shirts have. Then just fix it up a bit. Downscaling in that manner generally just fucks up art. There we go. Alright, that's a good symbol. Onto the feet. So feet, I'm thinking I want to do sandals of some sort. Would look pretty good. So just something like that. Gotten a little better at drawing feet like this, but it's still frustrating. A good tip is to just zoom in and out, make sure it looks good. For most art, don't focus too big on one little detail, or else it'll just look bad. It won't come together coherently. I'm rambling a bit. I don't have as many topics to cover in this. The main thing I just wanted to do with this, as I normally do when making Purple Bloods, is make one that isn't a clown, because that's bullshit. Generally, I think Purple Bloods as a performer cast is interesting. That makes sense, but as was stated in comic, it's sort of like a squares and rectangles thing, you know? The the Subjugulator cult is like put together by the Condus. It's all Purple Bloods, but not all Purple Bloods are clowns, and I kind of resent that notion as put forth by HiveSwap, because it's just reductive, and it makes Purple Blood OCs less interesting, I think. Make whatever kind of troll you want to be a clown, and make whatever Purple Blood you want to not be a clown. Shit. It doesn't matter. Just do stuff, you know? Does that look good? Maybe if I move it like that. Move the feet up a little bit. There we go. That looks decent enough. So, sandals, that's easy enough. Just like that, like that. Boom. Boom. I think I'll do... There we go. Shorts cover it so it doesn't need to look good. Done, done, done. My little catch-all thing is to just do that. Cover it up. There we go. I think I'm gonna do a red toe, because red is like the default accent color on Alternia. Kanai's dress is red. If you look at the trolls, you can see a lot of just candy red used as detail, because it's a neutral color. If you kind of get what I mean, it's not the color of a specific caste, which would denote a relationship of some sort, so it's a good default color. So red socks are also just classic. So I think this guy is done design-wise. Now we just gotta give him a name. So I googled frat bro names. I'm just putting together something that sounds good. I don't care about making troll names sound particularly alien. For the text, again, since someone is asking, I use Courier New 15-point bold, and then size it up a bit, and make his name Jason Natham. I think that sounds decent. Just make that big. Jason Natham. I'm not gonna give this guy a chum handle. I don't care right now. I'm tired. And that's that. Actually, yeah. Final thing, I'm gonna change up the eyebrows because he looks a little too Norlary with that and that. So let's see here. I like to not make them too close to the things that already exist. There we go. Just a little difference, but I think that looks a bit better. Done, done, and done. Troll Santa, everybody.